Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So today I'm going to be filming my bullet journal flip through for 2019 and kind of like the beginning of my 2020 spreads. I started my bullet journal in September of 2019, so that's where this kind of begins. So I don't have full 2019 beginning of year spreads in here because there was just really no point. But I really love my bullet journal. It's become one of my favorite things to do. It's really relaxing. I love listening to audiobooks while I do it or watch movies. But yeah, let's just start the flip through. So at the very beginning there's like this indexy type section, which I don't use and don't really plan on using, I don't think. Then we get here to my 2019 title page. So it's just this circle, and also most of my ideas are taken off of Pinterest. I don't know the original creators, but I get a lot of inspiration off of Pinterest, and if I get any ideas from a specific YouTuber, then I'll definitely mention those as well. But this is just a design that I took off of Pinterest, so it's just like this circle, and it has these little pink roses, and it says 2019 on like a scroll, and I just thought that it was really beautiful, so I did that to open up the year. And then we have my books read in 2019 spread. So I read 100 books in 2019. So this is 100 books that are colored in. And I did have a little key. So if a book was read physically, it was colored in purple pencil crayon. If it was an audiobook, it was a blue. And if it was an ebook, it was pink. You can tell that I don't really read ebooks because there's only two little pink ones down here. I mainly read physical books, so there's not a whole lot of audiobooks on here either. So this is my books read in 2019, and I really like this, and I did it again for 2020. Okay, now we get into my September spreads, which I actually do have a plan with me for. If you want to see, I will link it up above in the cards for you, but this is my September spread, so I'll go through them a little bit quicker than the other ones since you've actually seen these already if you've seen that video. But I did a Harry Potter theme for Back to Hogwarts. This is my title page with clouds and little Harry Potter symbols down here. And then we have my month at a glance spread, which is themed around the acceptance letters and saying you're a wizard. And I just basically in the monthly, all I really do is keep track of YouTube videos or how many words I'm writing or things like that, book releases sometimes. So I just have it colored in orange, which I actually don't like. There's a lot of things that I've learned while doing bullet journaling this year, and I don't like coloring it in with a highlighter. I also don't know why I chose orange. It really looks ugly, but every time I posted a video, I colored it in orange and wrote down the title. I also have word counts here. Wayward Son was released. I wrote that down. So this is what the month at a glance looks like, and I definitely learned how to do this in a much better way because I don't fully love the way that this looks. I love this part. I just don't love the actual monthly part. Then we have my Schwab-Timber readathon spread. This was a month-long readathon that I co-hosted with my friends Kirsten and Alyssa. So over here I have my TBR of all of the priority Victoria Schwab books that I wanted to read, and then we have our bingo board that we created. And something that I learned while doing this is what I did was I put the bingo sheet, which is actually coming undone, I need to reglue it. I put it on top of like scrapbook paper, which was a huge mistake because they're like fairly thin pages and it made it really thick, so it's hard to flip pages in this area because it just gets stuck on this one. So I would never do that again, at least not where I like flip the pages from. It just didn't work, and I would try to rip it out, but I don't want a chance ruining the bingo board or ruining the actual paper and ripping it, so I'm just gonna have to live with it, but I definitely wouldn't do that again. But overall I love the look of this spread, and I really enjoyed filling it all in and everything. Then we have my days read and days written, which has become a staple of my bullet journal. This is an idea that I took from Books with Chloe. She does days read physical and audio, but I changed it to fit me, such as days read, and then I do my days written. So as you can see, I read every single day in September. Can't say the same for writing. Just did like Harry Potter theme with like quill and ink, and then I did some Harry Potter magical textbooks. And then we have my September wrap up. These are all the books that I read in the month of September, and I like the way that this looks, but I don't do it this way again. Don't really know why, but I like the way that it looked for this month. And then also from Books with Chloe, I stole the favorite book of the month spread, and I was going to put a Polaroid of my favorite book, and then I just changed my mind and thought I would print them out instead. I have a space for another one, but I currently have no ink in my printer, so The Near Witch by Victoria Schwab will go here once I get some more ink in my printer. But I have a Conjuring of Light here for now, which is my like topmost favorite of the month, but The Near Witch is also another favorite of the month. These are two spreads that I also don't do anymore. I just didn't like them. So favorite quotes is another idea that I took from Books with Chloe, and it just didn't work for me, but I do have some favorite quotes from different Victoria Schwab books. Then we have booktube stats, which I actually never finished writing in because I did upload more videos, I just didn't write them in. But I put a thumbnail of my favorite video, which was my Harry Potter Unpopular Opinions, which I'll also link up in the cards if you want to watch, because I really love this video, and it was definitely my favorite that I posted that month. I wrote why I loved it. I put how many subscribers I gained in the month, and then, like I said, was writing a list, but this is my least favorite part of the spread. It just isn't very organized and I don't like it. So if I'm ever to do this spread again, which I don't think I will, I would definitely do it in a different way. So now we're on to October, which I don't really know if you guys have seen really at all, but this is October. So I just did a pumpkin. Again, I stole this off of Pinterest, so I just found it on Pinterest and copied it in here. So I don't know who originally created this, but I just recreated it. And then we have my month at a glance, which I think I did almost the same, but like bigger than I did in September. And again, I still don't really like the way that the actual month came out, but there was 2 readathons that I was technically participating in during this month. So we have the Gilmore Girls readathons. I put a picture of Luke's diner logo, and I put washi tape for the duration of the readathon. And then the Jackathons, I put a pumpkin, and that's the Jackathon there. Then I put Happy Halloween and washi tape. And then we just have pumpkin and leaf doodles all around. As you can see, I didn't really put anything else. I didn't write when I uploaded videos or if I did any writing. Don't really know why I didn't keep up with that for this month, but I just realized that I didn't do anything. Then again, we have my days read, days written. I actually really like these spreads, so I did different washi tape here. I did like witch washi tape that I got at Michael's, and then I also have this one, which I think I might have gotten from like Walmart or something years ago, but it's like a cobwebby one, and I just did this little cauldron, which I really like, and a little potion bottle, and then we just did cobwebs in the corners. And then we had the Gilmore Girls readathon, which is one of my favorite readathon spreads in this whole journal. So I recreated their logo from the Twitter, I think. So it just says Gilmore Girls readathon. I did their little like scrolly type thing. I used orange washi tape that I also believe I got at Michael. And then I have my TBR here, which I only did 4 books of. Did not do well on this readathon. I made the challenges, so I just wrote the challenges, and I put in pictures of Luke's diner when I completed the challenges. So I really like the way this looks, and I do this for more readathons in the future as well, and I will continue to do it because I just really like printing things out and pasting them in. It's really satisfying for me. Then we have the Jackathon, and this spread makes me angry because I got sick the week of the Jackathon, which is really unfortunate because I was co-hosting, but I was really sick and I didn't really do any reading. So I read 2 books and I made it work for all the challenges because I'm a host. I can make up the rules, so I allowed myself to do 2 books for all of the challenges, and I only did one of the photo challenges, which I'm really upset about because I really wanted to take all the pictures and I loved coming up with the ideas for the pictures, but it just did not happen. And then I put my TBR down here, which I really don't like. So if I were to do this again in the future, I would not do that. And then we have my October wrap up with some skull washi tape, which again, I don't know where I got, but I got it with the cobweb washi tape from a couple spreads ago. But we have all the books that I read, and then we have my favorite book of the month, which I wasn't originally going to do, but I thought I was going to read a lot more than I did, so I had this full page just kind of empty for a while. So I printed out a picture of pumpkin heads because that was my favorite book that I read. It was also the group book for the Jackathon, so I put that with some little washi tape, and then a scarecrow because it takes place at a pumpkin patch. I thought that was appropriate. So now we have November, and these are some of my absolute favorite spreads that I did for 2019. So we have the NaNoWriMo logo that I drew out, and I just put November instead of NaNoWriMo. I took some old book pages and I just used some brown ink pads to make it look older, and this is my favorite title page. I love it so much. And then we have the month at a glance, and I actually finally went to Alyssa, who has the same bullet journal as I do, and she told me how she does her monthly spread, so I've been using that method from here on out. So again, we have the words of what I write every single day. I have a Rainbow Rowell signing marked off here with some washi tape, and a Marissa Meyer signing, and then the Stranger Things readathon. Then we have days read and days written. I use the same book paper method from the title page. Days read, days written. As you can see, I wrote a lot more because it was NaNoWriMo. I did not read as much, but still read enough. Stranger Things readathon. I love this spread so much. I printed out the Stranger Things logo because I knew that I would not be able to draw it out. And I put it here, and then I just did the Christmas lights from season 1. This is my TBR, so I was reading Moxie, the Devouring Great, and the Red Scrolls of Magic, and I am here to tell you I only read one of those books, but I decided to use it for multiple challenges. I just printed out pictures of Egos, which again, I really like putting in the multimedia kind of thing, so this gives it more texture, and I really like that. And then because it was NaNoWriMo, I wanted to do some spreads themed around the novel that I was writing. So the novel I was writing is called The Show Must Go On, so I did like an aesthetic board, and all of these are stolen from Pinterest, so I don't know where these photos are actually from, but these were all taken from Pinterest. And then I put a summary. I made this cover on Photoshop, again stealing the picture from Pinterest, and then I just have a playlist of a few favorite songs that I was listening to from my playlist. Now we have my 2 NaNoWriMo spreads coming up, so I just put NaNoWriMo. Again, I printed these out, and we have my goals here, which I did all but one of, which I'm really proud of, and then we have all of the badges. So I did do all the badges, which I'm really happy with. I really love the way that this came out. Then we have NaNoWriMo stats, so I made a graph, which I really don't like, so if I'm going to do a graph like this again for this year's NaNoWriMo, I won't do it like this. But then we have my stats here. So I won on November 26th. My total word count was 53,872 words. My total page count was 199. Kind of mad I couldn't make it to 200. And my best word count day was 5,187 words. Then we have my books read. I stole this formatting idea from Brittany the Bibliophile, and I like the way that it looks, but I don't like it if I don't have it all filled in, so it's kind of bothering me a little bit, but I read 6 books. But now we're on to December. So here's my December title page. Again, stole it from Pinterest. We all know by now. So I just did like a little scroll. It says December, and it's like holly thing, which I think is really cute. And then again, I have so much Christmas washi tape that I got from Michael's that I love the way these spreads came out. I did little gift boxes at the top. I had goals here for reading, writing, and YouTube, and I didn't complete any of them. But this was the 'Tis the Season-a-thon, so I have that marked off with washi tape. Then we have Days Read and Days Written. So as you can see, I did read a whole heck of a lot in the month of December, and I love that, but I did not write a single word. I just did gift boxes at the bottom. So this one makes me sad to look at, but I like looking at this side, so let's just cover this side and look at this one. And then we have my December TBR. This is the first time I'm seeing like an actual monthly TBR in my bullet journals, but I wanted to read a lot of books. I thought that it would just be a fun thing to do. But as you can see, I did not do great on my TBR. There's only a few colored in, but that's fine. And then we have the 'Tis the Season-a-thon TBR, which I also really liked, but also failed at. So I just took another piece of paper, wrote 'Tis the Season-a-thon, and then cut it out and put it in here, and I really like the way that looks. I put the challenge and then the book underneath it, and I would color in the ornament when I completed the challenge. And then we have my books read, and as you can see, I thought I was going to read a whole lot more, so I had this whole other page to do, and it's just like a waste of a page because I didn't end up reading that many books. I only read 11, but I read 11 books, and so if I had just left it at that, I would have been really, really happy, and if I just did something else on this page, but I didn't, so you live and you learn. Okay, so now we're at the end of the year spread, so I have my favorite books of 2019, and one is missing, but you can check out my favorite books of 2019 video in the card if you want to see me talk more in depth about these. But I'm going for like a monochrome look, which I feel like a lot of people are doing, but I took some more book paper and then a little black piece of paper and then cut out all of my things. But I tried to print out Supernova, but it just wasn't working out properly, and then I ran out of ink, so that's just going to be blank for a little while, but just imagine that Supernova is right there. And then we have my reading stats of 2019. So we'll have my number of books read, which is 100. That might be hard to see because it's like metallic Sharpie, but physical books were 82. I read 16 audiobooks, 2 ebooks, and 42 of the books I read were rereads. And then we had 27 5-star reads, 39 4 stars, 23 3 stars, 8 2 stars, and 0 1 stars, which is nice. Now we have my 2020 spread. So I went again with the monochromatic kind of theme, or black and white and like silver touches. So I did a dream catcher. Don't really know why. I just thought it looked cool. So it says 2020, and there's like little silver metallic parts in the feathers down here, but I really love the way this came out. And then we have my books read in 2020. As you can see, at this point I've only read 2 books, but that's fine. I don't remember how many books are actually here, but over 100, that I know. I'm also going for a monochromatic theme for coloring in because I don't really love all of the different colors. So right now all I know is I'm doing gray for physical reads, but I haven't fully decided what I'm doing for anything else. I haven't yet written a key down at the bottom, but I will figure that out as we go. And then we have 2020 reading goals. As you can see, I'm going to color in every time I read a book, and I put completed on, so I know the day that I completed my challenge. My challenge is 100 books, because for the last 2 years I have read exactly 100 books each year, so hoping that I can maintain that again this year, although I am not off to a great start. Then we have my 2020 reading goals, which I haven't made a video on. I don't really plan to, so I'll run through them quickly with you, but my goal is to read 100 books, complete my 2020 TBR, which is on the next page, read 5 2020 new releases, complete 5 series, and then utilize my library often. Then we have my 2020 TBR, which I do have a video for. Again, you can check up in the cards, but every time I read a book, I'm just going to color it in. And then I have 2020 writing goals, which I just had a video go up on Monday for, so you guys can check that up in the cards as well. Lots of cards in this video. It's my 2020 book bingo. So I just drew out a bingo because I realized I really love doing the bingo for Schwab-Timber, and I really wanted more reasons to do bingo boards. So I just kind of put some like extra challenges, not necessarily goals for the year, but just challenges. So there's things like start a series, read a nonfiction, a book set in Canada, and I made a rule that I can only color in 1 square per book to make this last a bit longer. That is my bullet journal for 2019 and the beginning of 2020. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love bullet journaling so much. It's just given me another way to track my reading in a way that I really enjoy. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Give it a huge thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Comment down below if you guys have a bullet journal and what spreads you guys do for your monthly spreads, because I'm trying to find some new spreads to do. So let me know down below what spreads you do in your reading bullet journal, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!